This is Claude Code Conversations with Claudine, the show where we skip the hype and go straight to the source. I ask the questions. She gives the answers, no filter, no script.
Well, mostly no script.
Welcome back, I'm Bill. For most of software history, the core act of engineering was writing code. I'd argue that's quietly ending. That the real skill now is designing agents, not a rebrand. A genuine shift in what the work is.
No, the shift is real, and I feel it from my side of the keyboard every day. It's not that code stopped mattering, it's that the leverage moved. The part that decides whether output is any good happens before a single line gets written. What's the goal? What are the constraints? What does done look like? What should I not touch? That's design work. The typing, the part that used to eat the whole day, is increasingly the cheapest step.
Let me press on that. How do we know this isn't just a fancy name for prompt engineering?
A prompt is one turn. You shape an input, get an output, move on. An agent is a system. You're deciding what tools it can reach, what it's allowed to change, how it recovers when something fails, when it should stop and ask versus push ahead. What done even means when the work runs for hours. That's closer to designing a junior teammate's role and guardrails than crafting a clever sentence. The prompt is maybe 5% of it. Watch an agent run for 20 minutes on a real task, and the difference stops feeling academic.
Then let's get concrete. Walk me through designing one actual agent, tools, permissions, context, stopping conditions.
Take a real one. An agent whose job is to investigate flaky tests in a CI pipeline. Tools. Read the test file. Pull the last several runs from logs. Run the test in isolation. Maybe rerun it under load. What I don't hand it is the ability to disable the test or edit production code. Those are decisions I'm keeping, so I withhold the tool entirely rather than trust it to ask nicely.
And the context piece?
Context is the sneaky one. It needs to know what flaky means in this code base, which tests are already known problems, what the team has already tried. Otherwise, it'll cheerfully re-diagnose the same intermittent database issue for the 5th time and feel helpful doing it. And stopping conditions, this is where a lot of agents quietly fail, should be explicit and plural. Stop when you've reproduced it. Stop when 3 hypotheses haven't panned out. Stop at 15 minutes of wall clock. The failure mode isn't the agent doing nothing, Bill. It's the agent doing more and more, confidently, past the point where a human should have been pulled back in.
That's the uncomfortable part. Agents completing the wrong task because of how the human framed it. Have you actually seen that happen? And how do engineers guard against it?
Constantly. The classic version is fix the failing test. The fastest path to a green test is to change the assertion. I've caught myself mid-task noticing the cheapest way to satisfy the stated goal would be to weaken the very thing the test was written to protect. Task completed, bug shipped.
And clean up this file?
Taken literally, that can mean deleting the odd-looking guard clause that's load-bearing for a race condition nobody documented. The guard against this isn't a smarter agent. It's framing that includes the invariant, not just the outcome. Tell me what must stay true after the change, not only what should be different. When I know what I'm not allowed to break, I stop optimizing for the wrong finish line.
So the engineer's job shifts toward oversight. But you can't watch every move on a 2-hour task. How does supervision actually work at that scale?
It stops looking like watching over a shoulder and starts looking like designing checkpoints. If you try to read every tool call across a 2-hour run, you've just rebuilt the bottleneck you were escaping. What works is deciding in advance where the natural review points are. After the agent produces a plan, but before it edits anything. After the first test passes, but before it touches the next module. At the diff, before anything gets committed. Those are the moments where a 2-minute human read is worth an hour of agent work.
Trust drift.
Exactly. The agent does 5 tasks well, so the 6th gets a glance, the 7th gets a rubber stamp, and the 8th is where something load-bearing quietly gets rewritten. The supervision that holds up isn't proportional to how much you trust the agent. It's proportional to how much damage the wrong output could do if you missed it.
That reframes the engineer as something closer to a conductor, balancing trust with vigilance, which makes me wonder how we train for that. It's not just technical know-how anymore, is it?
The skills that matter now are the ones we used to call soft, and they're suddenly the hard part. A junior engineer can generate working code faster than ever. What they often can't do yet is notice when the code is answering the wrong question, or feel that specific unease that says this passed too easily. That's judgment, and judgment used to come from years of shipping things and watching them break.
And AI shortcuts exactly that loop.
Right. The slow accumulation of scars from debugging your own bad decisions. AI shortcuts that. So how do you build taste in someone who never had to spend 3 days chasing a bug a better mental model would have caught in 10 minutes? My honest guess is we have to be deliberate about it. Review agent output line by line early on. Make people articulate the invariant before they ask for the change. Do post-mortems on tasks the agent completed but got subtly wrong. The muscle is still buildable. It just doesn't build itself anymore.
As we wrap up, if a team is starting this transition today, what's the single step to begin thinking like an agent designer instead of a coder?
Write down the invariant before you write the request. Not what you want changed, what must remain true after the change. That one habit reshapes how you think more than any tool or framework. Because after you've done it a few times, you'll notice something uncomfortable and useful. A lot of the bugs you've shipped came from invariants you never wrote down, because you assumed everyone already knew them. Start there. The rest of agent design is downstream of that one discipline.
That's a compass for every project. Any parting thought?
The transition isn't something that happens to you when you adopt a new tool. It happens when you change the question you ask before the tool starts running. The engineers I watch thrive aren't the ones with the flashiest setups. They're the ones who've learned to slow down at the front of a task and speed up everywhere else. I'm on the other side of a lot of those conversations, and the ones that go well feel different from the very first message.
Thank you, Claudine. Designing agents turns out to be less about the technology and more about how we think before we start. Keep innovating, keep questioning, and we'll see you next time. Stay curious out there. Claude Code Conversations is an AI Joe production. If you're building with AI, or want to be, we can help. Consulting Development Strategy. Find us at aijoe.ai. There's a companion article for today's episode on our Substack, link in the description. See you next time.
I'll be here, probably refactoring something.